Got something I want to show you.
Ooh, that's fire. Take it back. Or my knee sleeves. That green and white looks great. Everybody love green, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody gotta
What's
love
color of money?
Everybody gotta love the color of green. Like, wow, that is beautiful. Might have me in better shape than I was in college. You know,
I heard the stories.
a little chunkier in college. Midsection was a little bit wide, but the face looked like me today, so it's a mix. I like this. We got to get some of these in Michigan State.
There you go.
Wow.
Now let me ask you though, when you see something like that, does it take you back a little bit?
Absolutely. These jerseys, this is lit.
So
Definitely take it
when
back.
you first got to Michigan State, obviously you'd been on the campus before you ever enrolled there, but when you first got there, you already knew Izzo. What you would expect he would be?
You see all of the yelling. What you don't see is all the stuff behind the scenes, right? So like, you're coming in, the recruit, you see him going at players. You don't see all the work that he does to have the relationship to go at players like that, and where that trust is built, and you know, the rapport is built. You don't see all of that.
You couldn't do that if you didn't have that.
Exactly. And, you know, and so, but you think of a legend like Tom Izzo. As a youngster, you're not coming in like he's yelling because, you know what I'm saying, like he's built a relationship with them. You're like, nobody gonna say anything because he's Tom Izzo, you know? And then you see, like, you get inside and see all the inner workings, and you're like, oh, like this dude spends all of his time building relationships with his guys so that when you get in that heated moment and he's going, I've done all the work already to do this. And I think for me, that was one of the biggest things, is like how much time he spends building relationships, and then overall just how much time he spends on the game. Like, you know, you see how the process to being great, and you learn that and you apply it to your own.
You talked though about how much the experience there meant to you beyond basketball. In what ways?
You know, I went to Michigan State. I went to Michigan State a young boy thinking I knew more than what I knew. And I left as a man knowing how much I didn't know, you know? And going, you know, just being on that campus, the love on that campus, the attention to detail across the campus, like, you learn so much about yourself, you know? And, you know, I met my wife at Michigan State, you know? So look at just my life as a whole and the way it affected. It's crazy because I was just talking to my wife earlier today about my journey and our journey and the journey through basketball, and Michigan State's obviously a large part of that, you know, and just the way it shaped me as a person, like not just a basketball, like it obviously shaped me as a basketball player in the way I go about my business, but just as a person. And then also to still be able to go back there every year and still have that as home, like it's a special place.
Yeah. So the last thing I would ask you is this. Obviously, you developed a relationship with the coaching staff there, and you got a lot of friends there in that area and stuff. But when you say it helped you become a man, the college experience versus the scholastics, they're different.
Yeah,
you know.
completely different.
And for you, what was the value of the college experience?
Well, you know, I remember I used to tell Jermaine O'Neal when I first got to the league, he'd be like, man, like, J.O., I'm telling you, you missed college. And he's like, I went to the University of Money. And I'm like,
Sounds like him.
I'm like, problem is, J.O., we all getting the money now, but you don't got the experience like that we have, you know. And the overall college experience, number one, it humbles you. You know, it's very humbling, and you know, which was great for me. You know, coming from Saginaw, Michigan, going to Saginaw High School, it's the first time I ever really was around any type of diversity. You know, so when I got to Michigan State, I had only been around black people and maybe a few Mexicans, couple Caucasians. That's it. You know, and so all I knew was black people, you know, African Americans. And then I got to Michigan State and it was a culture shock. It's like, oh man, like, so then I had to learn how to be a human being. You know, then I was tasked with, oh, I'm here to play basketball, but now I have to learn how to be a human. You know, there's diversity all over the world, but me coming from where I come from, the only thing I know is my people, right? And so when you talk about the overall college experience, you know, I learned accountability. You know, my mom obviously had taught me accountability my whole life, but then you get out on your own and it's ratcheted up, you know? And so I learned how to be accountable. I learned how to operate in diverse settings. That was never a thing for 18 years of my life, you know, like never a thing. And so just those two things alone was like, man, you look at today, like when you walk into a locker room, 17 guys now, we all come from different places. So when you talk diversity, like if I never go to Michigan State and learn how to, like could I even exist in this locker room?
Right.
You know? And so when I look back on my journey, like I think those are the two things, accountability and just being in diverse settings. Those were two of the biggest things for me and adjusting in my life because the accountability you need no matter where you are in life and no matter where you go.
You like the bobblehead?
That's special. Go green. I'm happy everybody out here get to experience a little bit of the Michigan State Spartans.